Good morning and welcome to Food News Today. According to data from the Hartman Group, when American consumers talk about weight management and obesity, the conversation, pardon the pun, becomes much bigger than food. The report shows that Americans list a range of causal factors when it comes to weight management, such as emotions, occasions, and even locations. Presented in this infographic called Mapping Linguistics to Detect How Consumers Perceive the Causes for Obesity, categories such as where we eat and who we eat with, as well as emotional reasons for eating, all come together to influence eating habits. So take a look. How do you visualize how you eat? And how do your eating patterns contribute to your weight? Could 2013 be a better year for farmers? Hopefully, yes. According to the USDA, soil conditions have improved, and compared to this time last year, the nation has a better outlook when it comes to droughts. In particular, for farmers in the Midwest, whose major crops include corn and soybeans, the moisture levels are much more favorable as we head into the spring. In fact, parts of the eastern Corn Belt and lower southeast has seen so much moisture there may actually be planting delays. USDA meteorologists still have drought concerns, however, for areas from Texas to the West Coast.
It will take a sustained period of cool, damp weather during the spring, and unfortunately, long-range weather prognostications do not favor a whole lot of additional moisture for the spring across those areas. So there's still a lot of drought concerns from South Dakota to Texas and points west to California.
According to reinsurance company Aon Benefield, the economic impact of the 2011-2012 drought was staggering, causing more than $35 billion in crop losses alone. So we hope the nation's drought outlook continues to improve. Do you have trouble getting your kids to eat veggies? How do you handle those picky eaters at dinner time? Well, there's a new poll from NPR, the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, and the Harvard School of Public Health, and it shows that 25% of families tell kids that they have to eat everything on their plate. Hey, my mom did that too. 45% report on setting restrictions, like no dessert until you eat your vegetables. But the experts are saying that positive encouragement works better than those dinner time rules. What works best for you? Hey, we head to Facebook to find out what you think. For Liz, her parents did support the Clean Plate Club, but the food was always homemade and fairly healthy. Joe suggests a gradual approach. He says that he's sure that there has to be one particular vegetable that they're really going to like. We can start there and introduce them to their next vegetable fix. I, for one, love both steamed and stir-fried veggies. Introduce them to both and see what they like. But a common theme seems to be lead by example. For Ross, growing up, dessert wasn't an everyday thing. It was a sometimes thing. From day one, my mom made us eat healthy. We didn't have junk food in the house. We didn't eat ice cream every night. I was taught that food is supposed to be good for you. I think if more parents taught healthy eating from day one, kids wouldn't gravitate towards the crap. My 2 cents. Chris thinks that if parents eat veggies and kids grow up eating them, there's no problem. My kids have their favorites, of course. Are you looking for a unique and personal gift idea? Well, here's one the lucky recipient will never forget. A body gummy. Yes, that's right. Body gummy as in those yummy gummy bears, but instead of being a bear, it's you. What could be more unique than a full body, although unfortunately not life-size, gelatin replica of you? A place called Fab Cafe in Japan hosts a 2-part seminar where you can have your image captured by a 3D scanner and then recreated in gelatin. And bingo, a full body gummy you. Amazingly, it only costs $65. I haven't quite decided if it's a great idea or just creepy. So probably not worth the trip to Japan just yet. What do you think? That's all for this week's edition of Food News Today. Don't forget to check out supermarketguru.com and send me a message on Facebook or Twitter. We'd love to hear from you. Food News Today is sponsored by ConAgra Foods, who shares with me the desire to provide the most current, interesting, and unbiased food news. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.